Listen, so I comes here in 2009. I'm like, I just got to get out of here. I'm talking about I found a house on Craigslist. I think Craigslist was popping back then. Find a house on there. I rent it. He do me a virtual tour. Don't forget though, I got the Section 8 voucher.
Okay. Transferable.
Transferable. We just keeping it real. So transferable. I transfer the voucher and I just come out here. But literally, I had to be realistic with myself because even though I was coming to a new place, I still had the same thing I had at home. Transferable. The voucher was transferable. The food stamps was transferable. And there was more men with money.
Yep.
So I wasn't really sure what was going to happen when I got here, but I knew I wanted new grounds to be able to tread, to do something new. And when I got here, I was a server every weekend.
Where were you serving at?
Applebee's.
Applebee's server. Dang. You couldn't even be like
I wasn't even an upscale
Right.
server. I'm talking about Applebee's, the $2 drink nights and stuff.
But you was working, all right, cool.
I was working. I was making
No,
it work.
no shade to Applebee's servers.
Because listen, don't get it twisted. The culture trap could prepare you for some things. Because I was a boss's lady. I knew how to treat people. I knew how to cater. I knew how to cook. I knew how to serve. Because when you really playing with the one-to-one, you get some things that you do in order and decency and fashion, right? So what I knew was that I knew how to be a mother. I knew how to be a woman. I knew how to be a wife. I was a caretaker, right?
Nice.
So what I was saying to myself is, if I can go in this restaurant and I could basically do what it is that I do at home at the top level, at that time I was just telling myself, I'm a $10 server. Every table I just want to get $10. And I did that. I started my first business right there in that restaurant.
Wow. That was it right there. Serving.
But you could look at that so many ways.
Preparing you for something.
Yeah. Because listen to what I just said. I just told you that before I came to Atlanta, I was in Syracuse, New York, and I was with a man. So from going from that pedestal life to saying, nah, I'll serve some people.
Humility.
Absolutely.
Right.
But that's what being here as an amputee has given me too, that people, it's just mind-blowing for me because it's a level of humility that comes with it. It's a level of humility saying, can you help me? Can you assist me? And it's like, no matter how cute I look, no matter what bag I'm carrying, what jewelry I got on, I may still need some assistance. And that's humbling.
You know what's interesting is that there's many of us that may not have a physical or obvious amputee or disability, but we wear the bags or we wear the jewels, but emotionally, internally, etc., we're missing something.
Absolutely.
And need assistance.
Absolutely.
And don't have the ego and the pride and don't know how to reach out and say, somebody help me, I'm going through something.
Image.
Yep.
Image. So many people are dealing with that, but all of us don't have it, but discerning to be able to see past those materialistic items that are on the forefront. And that's what I was referring to earlier when I was saying, as long as you have the ability of your mind, because the mind is disabled, everything is disabled. Many days I've also literally thought about the fact that, I came out of that accident, right? I could have had my legs and lost my mind, and my mind not even be able to tell my legs to walk.
Wow. Can't earn 6 figures that way. Can't take care of your children that way.
Can't.
Right.
So having your mind is priceless. And if you have that and you're willing to open it up and be real about where you are, is the best thing to get you out of that trap, because we'll trap ourselves with pride.
Right. Interesting. So, all right. So Applebee's, no pride. Applebee's serving.
No pride.
All right. And what's next?
Okay.
On the Keisha Green story. Go ahead. I'm listening.
So even today I have these jazzy nails, right? So back then I had jazzy nails, and Applebee's fired me. They were saying that
Let's pretty show these nails. Y'all see these nails?
They were saying that the stuff was gonna fall in the food and all this stuff and everything. So Applebee's fired me.
Cause the nails?
Cause the nails. I went home. I called one of my drug dealer friends. I was like, yo, they fired me.
What's the
But
prices?
I was really trying to get my hair done. No, I was trying to see if he would buy me some bundles.
Gotcha.
He was like, yo, you just lost your job. You trying to get $600 worth of hair. You better sell that. And I was like, yeah, I do need to sell this. So literally the girl I was going to call to buy the hair from that night, when I called her, I was like, listen, I want hair, but I want a lot of it. And she was like, okay. So literally I bought my first batch from her, but the streets in me. So then what happens? I'm like, nah, I can't keep getting this from her.
Right.
I need to see the man. I need a
Where the plug?
direct connect. So literally that's how I started my hair extension business.
Wow. What year was this?
This was in 2011 now.
Okay.
Started my hair extension business. So now I'm selling bundles and just kind of doing listen to what I'm about to say. I'm selling my bundles. Wait, because I think we missed a lot of this. I'm a server at Applebee's. I'm obviously not a server not walking. So at the time, I'm still walking.
Right.
I'm still on both of my feet. So I'm a server. I'm doing these bundles. Me and my kids used to get out and put the flyers in the people's cars at like Kroger and Walmart and stuff. And so literally hustling. So now I'm thinking I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm making some money. I'm doing this. And one night, everything just changed. Literally. So now that's 2011. 2013, I'm literally August the 23rd, hanging out with some friends, coming home, have an accident, leg severed immediately. I'm never going to make it back home that night.
Wow. That was here in Atlanta?
That was here in Atlanta.
Car
20 in
accident.
Panola.
And what was that? What was your mindset just coming out of that surgery, the hospital, just that whole experience?
The thing is, I knew I didn't have the legs because they were severed immediately. So I was woke when I lost them. They were cut off right in front of me. So I didn't have them. And so I already knew I didn't have the legs. I knew I had made it to the hospital. Long story short, I knew I made it to the hospital. But then I spent several days on a respirator, like in a medically induced coma. So I was on there for 3 days. When I woke up, my family was there. I knew I didn't have the legs, but the look on my family's face was like terrified.
So immediately in this accident, you knew immediately that your legs were severed.
Oh, yeah.
And you're conscious at this time.
Yeah. Literally, because I go to turn around to the back seat and this leg flies up on the steering wheel. And I'm still woke. And this one is pinned in the middle. So literally my blackout didn't come until they went to cut, which they were cut off by the guardrail. So they went to cut the guardrail out of this leg. It started burning. That's when I ended up blacking out. But even though I was blacked out, I still felt them pick me up. Like I could feel my weight. I felt very light when they picked me up. So, I never remember seeing the inside of the car. And let's just fast forward, waking up off of the respirator and everything, and my family being their faces are full of fear. Before that, I already was a game changer for my family, even when I was playing outside. I was a game changer for my family, so when I seen my family, although their face was love, concern, for me, I seen levels of fear, like, yo, who about to take care of her? What's about to happen? I could just feel it in the atmosphere. So they were crying, and I immediately was like, wait a minute, we're not going to do that. Like, I don't want to be crying in here or anything like that. So I kind of shifted the atmosphere for my family in that very moment as soon as I woke up.
How are you so strong, and where did that kind of leadership and determination come from to immediately not go to sympathy or empathy mode, not go to, overpower with fear, but to literally make a statement like that to your family and set the tone?
I think just because I never really had nobody to lean on like that. Even when people ask me how I moved 1,000 miles away with nobody, because I just always been so extremely independent. For me, I just knew that I didn't know what was going to happen, but I didn't want my family to feel like I was about to be a burden. So I immediately started saying,
Like, nah, not me. Like,
nah, I'm not about to be a burden. Like, I can already see how this is looking. This is looking real, nursing home-ish.
Right.
This is looking like I'm about to be sat down somewhere. So I just really wanted them to know that I still had my mind and everything was going to be, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's just give it a chance.
Right. All right. So what those next months and coming years look like, right? So now you've entered, to a degree, the disability trap.
Right. How I got there quickly, though. Listen, Like you said, they'll just give it, offer it to you. I mean, literally, I was just thinking about this a few weeks back, and I was saying, like, literally, the lady would come every day to the hospital room, and she would be there. She would be like, listen, I can get you signed up right now. We can get this going for you. So this is what they were offering me.
Peace family, it's Jay Morrison, and I want to invite you to make history with me by joining the waiting list for this first of a kind video textbook. That's right, an interactive video textbook experience that will allow you to learn real estate in 7 different ways. This book was designed by me to help you become a real estate power player in real life. All you gotta do is join the waiting list right now, and I'm gonna give you a free 20-minute mini lesson plus business plan and workbook to allow you to begin your journey in real estate and learn how to become a real estate entrepreneur. Guys, I started 20 years ago. This is my 20th year victory lap in the real estate industry. I started as a loan officer at 21 years old, making a lowly 30% commission. And now I've worked my way to become an international fund manager of the largest black-owned real estate crowd fund in the history of America. Guys, I want to give you the game and show you and teach you real estate in 7 different learning styles through this interactive, first of its kind video textbook. Join the waiting list today.
They were not just offering me disability, but if you notice, I don't wear prosthetics. So they were offering me disability, and they were offering me all sorts of prosthetics. Listen, don't give up.
Prosthetic legs.
Prosthetic legs.
Gotcha.
Don't give up. We got running legs. We got swimming legs. We got any kind of legs. It's robotic legs. The technology is growing. And this is what they were offering. But I also realized for me, and everyone is different, prosthetics for me was a trap as well.
Tell me about that.
I just feel like, okay, today if I would have came here and I would have had on prosthetics and I would have had on these pants, you know, I would have sat up here and I wouldn't be as powerful as I am rolling in a chair and just being able to see my joy. It says, I'm not really sure of what happened to her. I don't know if she was sick or if she was born this way, but I know that she has a joy and it's just like that shines from her. I want to know her story. And I just felt like the mental part of what it took for me to do it, the medications, mental shift, right? Trap. Now let's get you on some pain medications so you could walk like everybody else. Now I could walk like everybody else, but I don't have the clarity to be able to live out my purpose like everyone else.
And I feel like you are walking in your testimony.
Yeah.